Hello everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fabulous Monday. Today I'm coming at you with our weekly Minks Monday Q&A, and in spirit of the holiday season, what do you guys think about my hot pink Christmas tree? It is a little tabletop Christmas tree, but I decided to put it up because it totally puts me in the mood, and since Christmas is my absolute favorite holiday, I decided, you know what, let's go ahead and put it up. It's just the one in my closet. Obviously I have my other one in my living room, but without further ado, let's get started. All right. With the very first question, I am Yenp. I'm so sorry. I recently purchased the LV Capucines in Galette and now having doubts. Should I keep or should I sell? Oh man. Oh, first and foremost, side note, I apologize because my iPad is completely dead, so I have no pictures to show you guys. So we're back to the good old Minks Mondays without any pictures. But I just thought I'd let you guys know. Let's talk about the Capucines. The Capucines is this beautiful, beautiful bag that got introduced in 2013. Louis Vuitton. I actually read a few articles where they talked about the fact that so many people have it, the exclusivity as far as Louis Vuitton is no longer there. So they wanted to introduce and launch a bag or a few bags that would actually give Louis Vuitton its exclusivity back and kind of put it in the same playing range as Chanel and Hermes, more specifically Hermes. So here we go with the Capucines. The Capucines and the W bag are the two bags that were introduced to be able to give the higher end consumers a reason to stick with LV and not jump the boat and go to Hermes if it was a matter of picking between both fashion houses. So this beautiful bag, as I said, was introduced in 2013, and it only came with limited colors. Michelle Williams was the face for the bag, and Angelina Jolie actually carried her bag, and this bag created such a buzz that you could not walk into a Louis Vuitton store and ask for the bag because it was sold out for months and months and months. To answer your question, what I love about the Capucines is the fact that it has some great history to it. Plus, it's an understated bag that is it just oozes class. It is beautiful. It is a structured bag. It has it's a one shoulder, it's a one handle type of bag. And you would not know it was Louis Vuitton if it wasn't for the LV that's hidden underneath a flap. So it has a flap. It's a flap bag. That's how you open the bag. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the price tag is $5,500 or $5,600. And a lot of people were very skeptical about the price tag for this bag. They were thinking that it was going to be the same type of quality that the monogram canvases were, and actually it's not. In my opinion, I would keep the bag. It is a beautiful, beautiful bag. Not only that, the leather that they use for the Capucines is actually the same leather that is used for Hermes's exclusive bags. So the quality is there, and even though the $5,600 or almost $6,000 price tag is a hefty price tag, I think it's absolutely worth it because of, like I said, the style of it, the leather of it, the quality of it. It is just amazing. Not only that, because you guys know I'm a history buff, so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of history. In 1854, Louis Vuitton opened his first boutique in Paris on a street called Rue de Capucines. So that is where the bag's name was derived from. So I think it has a little bit of history. It has a whole lot of class, and I would honestly keep the bag because it just it exudes class and fabulousness, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful bag. If you guys get a chance, pause this video now and check it out. It is a great bag. Whew. So those are my thoughts on the Capucines. All right. Rachel W., what are your thoughts on the Dooney Bourke bags? I think Dooney Bourke bags are a great introduction to luxury bags. I know that they range anywhere from $60 to, I think the highest, maybe, I could be wrong, $700, $800. It's been a long time. I actually owned a few Dooney Bourkes, and I have since sold them. But I think they're great. In specific, I think that they're my absolute favorite leather, my favorite line is their pebbled leather. I think it is exquisite. It is so soft. It is so comfortable to wear. And I do like Dooney Bourke because it was right there with Coach when I first started on this, this luxury addiction. All right. Mark Forrest. Why would you buy and sell the same bag so many times? And this is in reference to the Marc Jacobs Groovy Satchel that I talked about in the last video. That's a good question. The reason why I buy and sell that bag so many times is because every time I purchase it, I fall in love with it. I think it is I love this bag. It's a beautiful bag. I tend to get it in different colors, but the main reason why I end up selling it is because it loses its shape so quickly. And we're talking, if I have the same amount of items in my Louis Vuittons that I do in the Marc Jacobs bags, it doesn't matter. It just feels like it kind of just falls onto the chair, and it doesn't look very nice. But the bag, I am attracted to that bag. I can't, no matter where I am, if I see that bag, I just immediately, my eyes go towards it, and I purchase it, and I sell it for that reason, because it loses its shape. And I don't know if I'm hopeful that maybe I'll get one that won't lose its shape, but that is not how the bag was intended to look. So great question though. Ruva, would you get a Gucci silver charm bracelet or Tiffany silver charm bracelet? No. I'm not a big fan of charm bracelets. I think I said something similar to the one, the Pandora question that I got asked last week. I can appreciate them. I think they're very cute. You can obviously personalize it to the way that you want. But I mean, this, for charm bracelets, this is about as charming as I will go. I just like the fact that there's only one, and I don't know, that's my preference. It's not a knock against someone that likes charm bracelets. It's just not for me. Even though I do like the sound that they make. as I know, we talked about this in the last video. All right, Beauty B29. What are your thoughts acquiring a made in France handbag through online website or customer service? If I'm not mistaken, I believe you said that you don't live anywhere near a Louis Vuitton boutique. And that is a great question. To be honest, I've gotten some pretty rude essays on the phone, and I have had some wonderful essays as well. And I think your best bet would probably be just to ask and let them know, hey, you know, if it's your first bag, you can say, you can really tell them, hey, you know what, I really want this bag to be made in France. I have no idea. That is a tough question. It's a great question, but it's a tough question because it all depends on the sales associate that you get. Sometimes some of them will go above and beyond to help you out, and other ones, they could really care less. So I say just be nice and ask kindly and see what they say. And hopefully you end up getting your wish. And there's no way for them to actually say, okay, we'll go ahead and do this for you. It's sometimes the luck of the draw when you open the box, and if what you ask for online or on the phone actually happens when you open the bag. Because sometimes they say that they will put in a request, but it won't necessarily get granted. So I hate that. All right. Darth Diva, what are your thoughts on Goyard, specifically St. Louis versus Neverfull, and also the Givenchy Antigona versus the Speedy? Well, you know what, Goyard, I've never actually thought about, or I've never looked them up. I've never remotely even thought about purchasing one, but if I'm not mistaken, I think that they have an array of different colors that you can pick from. I know that I've seen blue, yellow, pink, red, and gray. I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't know, so I'm not a connoisseur for the brand. But I think it's a great... I would personally go for the Neverfull just because I am an LV addict. But then again, that's what I know. You know what I mean? So it doesn't necessarily mean anything about the other brand. But I think that from what I've seen, some of the bags tend to be a little more, they lose their shape a little bit more. But then again, I've seen people that say that these are some of the best bags. And I honestly, I'm sorry, I wish I can give you a little bit more feedback on them. I should do my homework. And the Givenchy Antigona versus the Speedy. Wow, that's a tough one. I'm a diehard Speedy fan, so to me, there's nothing like a Speedy. And the Antigona is, even though it has the same type of satchel feel to it, to me, it's a totally different bag. It's very, very clean lines, very simple, and I think that's what I like about it. So even though the Louis Vuitton Speedy, especially if you're getting canvas, you can see the canvas from a mile away. You know what it is. I think the Antigona adds a little bit more mystery to it. So even though I'm a diehard Speedy fan, I have to appreciate the Antigona for what it is. So I think that they're great bags, but at the end of everything, I would still pick the Speedy because it holds a special, special place in my heart. All right. D. Contreras. What are your thoughts on the Neo Greenwhich in monogram canvas with the silver tone hardware? Oh my goodness. I totally wish I could show you guys a picture of this bag. The Greenwhich bag, I think I actually showed a picture of it on my Instagram. It is a very structured bag. It's almost, it's like a tote, or it is a tote. And it is stunning. Oh my goodness, the Damier Ben is the first one that was introduced, and it just has this beautiful, very soft Damier Ben, and it has microfiber lining on the inside. And in specific, the one that they're asking about has the silver tone hardware, and it has monogram canvas, and it kind of looks like the waterproof Keepall that Louis Vuitton has. And I think it's a great bag. I like the fact that you have the monogram canvas, you have the black leather, and then you have silver tone hardware. I love the contrast that it has. And if I was to pick a Greenwich, it would be that one in specific. I think it's a beautiful bag. All right. X Gracie. I've just bought the Keepall Damier Ben 55. What is the best way to store the bag? For me, I have a 55 as well, but mine's in the monogram, and I'm so jealous because the Damier Ben Keepall 55 is one of my dream bags for sure. But I actually thought about doing I haven't even done a review on the Keepall 55, and that was where I was going to show you guys how I store it. But the best way for me to store it is actually filled with pillows. So if you get kind of like those regular type size pillows that you would get for your couch, I would put those in there because it lets it keep its shape. And my essay, Pedro, before he left Louis Vuitton, I actually asked him if he can give me was it Pedro? I don't even remember. My goodness. It was one of my essays. I asked them if I can get a very large dust bag to put it in, because the Keepall, the Speedies, those bags they're intended to be folded when they're stored. I don't like that because I don't like seeing the lines on the canvas. So I like to keep mine completely full and in its dust bag on a shelf. And I wish I could show you guys, but I have it down. It looks like one of these shelves, and it's filled with just the Keepall because it takes up quite a bit of space. But I will make sure and do a review on the bag, and I will also show you guys how I store it. All right. Jess Munoz 4. Do you know if the canvas on the new Speedies is better quality than the old ones? Do you know all that they've changed about the new Speedies? Yes. I don't know everything about what they've changed, but I can tell you that the handles were reinforced to be a little bit stronger. The tabs underneath the Speedies are not only reinforced even more so, but they're also a little bit poofier, so they kind of have a quilted look to them. The tab is a lot more different because a lot of people, especially when you look up Speedies, vintage Speedies, the number one thing that's wrong with them when they're trying to sell them is the fact that the tab is actually broken off. So they have reinforced those as well to make sure that that doesn't happen. And the piping on it was also changed around the outside. But the best part about it is actually, yes, that the canvas is of better quality. It's a lot thicker. It reminds me of the canvas that you would get in, say, 2000 or maybe 1998, around, you know, around that era, because it was a lot stronger, it was a lot thicker. And I hate to say it, but I say probably from 2007 to 2008, some of the bags that you got, some of the Speedies were a little too flimsy. And I hate to say that when I'm describing Louis Vuitton, but the quality of the canvas just was not there. So I don't know, if it was just, you know, a bad, you know, canvas piece that they had gotten. I have no idea. But especially because the Speedies tend to sag, the bags that I have noticed from those years sagged a lot more. So I'm happy to say that the quality of the canvas is back. That makes me happy. All right, Bianca D. Thoughts on the bandolier, worth the price? Well, that is a loaded question because, as you know, I'm not a big fan of the bandolier Speedy. However, I think for the price difference that it is, the fact that you have that much more versatility absolutely makes it worth it. I think because versatility is, as I've said before, if I said it once, I said it 100 times, is something that really kind of attracts the buyer. So if you have a bag that you can wear crossbody, you can wear, I believe, 4 different ways that you can carry the bag. And on top of that, you can take off the crossbody strap or the bandolier and wear it just like a classic Speedy. I think that speaks volumes. I think that is one of the main reasons why this bag is still around and why it's so popular. A lot of die-hard classic Speedy fans like myself, even though I'm not going to, I don't think anyways, are converting to bandolier because it adds that much more comfort. The Speedy is a beautiful bag, and to me, it makes me very happy to see the bag. And some people, they want to be able to wear it in every aspect of their life, so therefore they go for the bandolier. So even though it is a few $100s more, I say definitely 100% the price is worth it, because as I said, I'll say it again, I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over, but versatility is number one. And when you've had, back in the day, when you had someone that wanted to carry a Speedy or wanted to carry their Speedy, but they had to do this, that, and the other, and they couldn't carry their favorite bag, this gives you the option to do it. So I think 100% yes, it's worth it. Great question, by the way. Also, would love to know your opinion on the favorite, Eva clutch, and the Pochette. I'm guessing you think the Pochette accessoire. All right, so the favorite, the Eva clutch, and the Pochette accessoire. I have 2 of the 3 bags that you're asking about. And to be honest, if I was to do it all over again, I would probably get the favorite over the Eva clutch, just because even though the Eva clutch is my my travel bag, I don't like the fact that the structure, the way that it has the pleats on the side, that takes away from how much you can actually fit in the bag. The favorite is a little bit more square, so you're able to fit a little bit more in there. Plus, it has this exquisite microfiber lining on the inside. It is also a crossbody, and it has a very small brass piece on the opening, so it flaps open, versus the Eva clutch is just a zipper and it just opens up like so. But I really like the attention to detail that the favorite has. I think it's great. Between all 3 of those, I would have to say the favorite would be the best, even though I own all 3 Pochette accessoires and I own 2 out of the 3 Eva clutches. I think the favorite is a great bag for the reasons I just gave you. And the Pochette accessoire, if you're looking for a bag to kind of run around town and not really just kind of use it, you know, on a whim, I would go for the Pochette accessoire. It has a great price point. But if you're going for a clutch that you want to use for dinner and you also have versatility, I would go for the favorites, even though I love my Eva clutch, but like I said, if I had to do it all over again, it would be the favorite. All right. And Asma Yosef asks, what are your thoughts on the favorite MM or the PM? As I said before, I like the favorite, and I would probably go for the MM because it fits that much more. I think the PM is just a little too small for my taste. All right. Carmen Lager, what do you think about base shapers and speedies and neverfulls? Do you use purse organizers in your bags? What do I think about base shapers and speedies and neverfulls? I do not like them. I think that one of the greatest characteristics that the speedy has is the fact that it does sag. Even though I did say that from, that time frame from 2007 to 2008 and 9, it felt like it sagged a little too much. I do like the sag of a speedy. I just, like I said, I think it's one of the characteristics that makes the bag what it is. And the neverfull, same thing. I know some of them have a little bit of a sag, but they don't bother me at all. And as far as purse organizers, I don't use those either, just because I do, I think if you're like me and you're a little OCD about what your bag looks like, I don't think purse organizers are necessary. But if you have a ton of stuff in your bag and you're constantly, some people I've heard them say it, they live out of their bag, then a purse organizer would definitely be something that you should look into. But like I said, I'm very OCD. Everything has to have there's a set way for it to be in there, and call me crazy, but that's just the way that I like it. Just the classic characteristics of it is definitely what makes me happy about these bags. All right, and I think that is all I have. Oh, I'm sorry, and I have a few questions from Instagram. Mia Grace, what would you recommend for a first LV bag? Print, style, and size. Wow, that is also a loaded question. Let's see. What would I recommend for a first bag? I think most LV addicts out there would probably have to agree with a Speedy or maybe a Neverfull. Obviously, the Speedy has been around forever, and it has a lot of history. And if you are, it depends. If you're thinking, if you're one that prefers totes, I would go for the Neverfull. And in specific, you would think I would always choose the Damier Ebene. But when it comes to the Neverfull, I would actually choose the Damier Azur, just because that is my all-time favorite Neverfull. And as far as Speedies go, I would go for the Damier Ebene because of, that being my favorite print of all of Louis Vuitton canvases. But it would have to be between those two, in my opinion. They have great price points, perfect for starter pieces. But like I said, a lot of LV addicts out there will tell you that some of their favorite pieces are their Speedy or their Neverfull. And some of these addicts have maybe 20, 30 bags, and they still remember the first time that they bought their first Speedy, or in general, their first bag. So I'd say make sure you take your time when you're thinking about your bag. And I'm sorry, you also asked about the size. I would go for the 30, just because for me, that ended up being the perfect size. Just on how I preferred it. I thought the 35 maybe was a little too small or a little too big. But take your time with it, 100%. Don't jump into something because of what someone else is telling you, or if the essay is trying to pressure you into getting a bigger bag because it's a little bit more money. Go for what you like. If you go for your gut instinct, because if you see a bag and it makes you smile and it gives you that butterfly effect, that bag is meant for you. That's the bag that you're leaning towards. And people out there will say, oh, make sure you get this and get this. No one knows what you like better than you. So I say, take your time, think about it, research it to death, look at the pros and cons. But if I was to pick a first time bag, I would either pick the Neverfull or the Speedy. And between the two, I couldn't tell you. You know what? I can't tell you. I'd say I'd probably pick the Speedy, just because, as I said before, I am a diehard Speedy fan, and I think they are great bags. Plus, as you guys know, I'm a huge history buff. I know I keep saying it. I know. But it really makes for an experience when you're getting your first bag. So anyways, that is all I have for you guys. I'm so sorry I had to keep it short today, but I have a bunch of errands I have to go running around, and plus I got to go holiday shopping. So excited. But anyways, thank you guys so much for all the wonderful questions that you have submitted. I still have a ton that I have to get through, and I might even do a week of Q&A. I'm thinking about doing that just to try to tackle all of your questions. I don't want you guys to think that I don't care or that I don't look at the questions. I want to be able to try to answer as many as possible, and sometimes 30 minutes, or in this case 25 minutes, won't give me the chance. But thank you guys once again for the wonderful questions, and I will see you guys later this week. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not. The choice is yours. Have a great day, you guys.